You're going to an interview of a certain XYZ company. First thing what you have to do is the day before the interview, okay? You should know, you should research the company. And there are so many sites, websites now which says about, okay, Prabhu says, please tell again. Okay. Before you go to an interview, you should research about the company, whether it is a small company or a big company, what awards companies has won, okay, what was their strategy, how did they behave in the last recession, okay, how many employees are working there, and you have to go into few sites, say LinkedIn or Quora, you know, there are a lot of websites out there which talk about work experience inside the company, okay, how the company treats you, and what are their lifestyle inside the company, okay, and what benefits they give. So all those things you should research, and you should be able to, yes, and you should be able to articulate that in the articulate that knowledge in the interview. Okay, next, you should give an reason and relate yourself to the company once you are going, once you are reaching that point, that where you know that you have come, to the end, okay, that you're going to get a job, okay, but still it's not decided, you're talking to HR. So with this knowledge you will be able to grab the attention of the HR, okay, and you should develop some questions in advance to ask about the job or the organization, or how to develop those questions, what questions can be asked. Definitely I can tell you that, okay, in the next few slides I'll be telling you that. Okay, so Sai says, before going for interview, I'm confident, but when I'm in interview room, I'm very panicked. How it can be overcome? So Sai, the way you can overcome that is by mock interviews. Okay, say you have a friend or you have somebody whom you can talk to freely, where you can be yourself. Ask, prepare few set of questions. Okay, give it to them and let them ask you the first time, the second, and imagine that that person is the interviewer. The next time when you go to the interview hall, okay, you'll not have that. Mock interviews can help you, okay. Peer-to-peer help is very important here, okay. And one more thing, why to panic? There's nothing to panic there. Maximum is you'll not get your job, that's it. By panic, first thing what you'll do, okay, you forget what is happening, you lose your senses, you'll not be able to answer the questions which you know the answer for, okay. And trust me, interviewers who are sitting on the opposite side were also being interviewed one point when they were looking for their first job. They are not gods. They come to job and they start learning there. And those of you guys who think their English is not good, those of you guys who think that you cannot, that you're not, some other guy is better than you, trust me guys, in interview we don't look for better people. We look for the people who can fit the organization, who can do the job. Everybody is better than somebody in some things. In interviewers will not look for better people. Say if you think about 1,000 people, people who got selected are not the top 30 or top 40 who got selected, or not the top 30 better people. They would have failed in some other location or some other interview. It is about they were able to impress the interviewer. They were able to showcase that they are the right fit for the organization. All of you agree? Did anybody think about this before? Can I see some in the chat window? Guys, hope you guys are not sleeping. Hope I'm making you guys. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. So what I would suggest to you guys is, Go in that with a friend. Akshay, Ghorpade is second class. There is not much opportunities. Akshay, then you must attend some trainings. You should attend some trainings and then search job through that training. Okay. Uh, because I understand, and guys, just to tell you guys, to be very very frank, um, where the students in my class, the toppers of my class, were not able to find the job, but the guys with 60%, 70% average guys, not only they found the job, they are successful in their careers. Okay. So, and when it comes to these guys who are having lesser than 60%, they are more successful than all others. Okay. So it's all about determination, how you can do it. Okay. Anyhow, I'll try my level best to help you here to clear that. Okay. So yes, the more priority is given only to reference candidates. I would not agree with that part. Yes, few companies do that, few companies don't. Okay, the reason why they give is that the background verification is done already. You know somebody in the company, so you already know about the culture. So uh, I can tell you that. I can tell you that. I mean, you're from which place, Akshay? Okay. Okay. I don't know, yeah, but I can only tell you the national ones, which says that the big ones are like an IIT. Those training. I mean, they actually give the opportunities, few, but those are very what to say, very few. Um, I'm not sure about how it works in the Kolhapur. I mean, you should move to some metro city, say Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, or somewhere where you can actually move to Chennai or Bangalore, or right now Hyderabad. So where there are a lot of opportunities for freshers, and so you should try that. If you are in your native, I don't think so you'll be able to do anything there. Okay. Um, I'm not sure. I do not know much about Kolhapur, so you should tell me. Okay. Next, how do we? Okay, so that's your choice. That's fine. So yeah. Now, how do we? I'm from Bangalore. I am living in Bangalore. Yeah, we will tell you about it. The session is about the how to do interview. So let me go and concentrate on this. So how to prepare for the interview? Have you guys do any preparations for the interview? What preparations you guys do? Put in the chat window. What preparations you guys do? Attitude. Okay, agreed. Rest of you guys don't prepare at all. Sakev, that's a good point. Hmm. You guys are you guys are actually looking on the other side of the opportunity by giving more weightage to the technical rounds. Your knowledge is knowledge. Whatever your knowledge you have, other than if you don't take any trainings right now, other than the current knowledge what you studied in the college, other than that you will not be able to do anything else. Okay. Uh, Santosh, there is nothing wrong in being an Hindi board student. Your English is weak, I understand, but acknowledging it, you can tell that point as a positive. From having a very less knowledge in English, I'm able to converse my thoughts here. You can even tell that. I'll help you out with that part at the end of the session. We'll go to each and every one of you and I'll talk about your weaknesses and how you can overcome that as well. And how can you portray yourself as a successful guy. I'll tell you that. Yeah, for those of you who are concentrating on more on technical, yes, technical round, you need it. It's very important. At the same time, what will you do if you clear the technical round? Okay, and make sure you target the kind of a job which you can actually do. Okay, like ECE guys, if you are actually going for an IT, learn about operating systems. Okay, learn about how companies maintain their computers. Learn about servers. Since you guys are all ECE, I'm telling this, and since I'm also ECE, so I know how ECE guys also think. Trust me, for us for development, we need training. If you're going to go for development, then you should get into a training course of some .NET or something, and then try to search for a job. Instrumentation is not much of a what to say syllabus difference, yeah. uh, and you guys can actually try in IT services industry where there is a lot of scope there as well. I'll tell you how to do that as well and what trainings, and I do take some trainings. I'll tell you about that as well. Okay, you guys can think about it. Okay, but now I'll tell you some few things that you need to do while going inside the meeting room or just before, the day before the interview. The first thing is you should know about situational knowledge. I'm pretty sure everyone does this. Where and when the interview takes place, I'm pretty sure you guys do that. And always reach 10 minutes early. Okay, because that will avoid anxiety. Next part is don't talk to anybody. Okay, unless and until it is the interview coordinator. You only think about how you're going to crack the interview and how you can answer them in a nice way. Next, take plenty of rest. Sleep well. Don't get tense. Don't get anxiety. Okay. Next, your dress. The dress you wear, on an average, according to a survey, 55% of your interview passing is given to the kind of a dress you wear. All of you agree? I hope all of you are attending interviews in formals, neatly tucked in with a black shoe or a brown shoe, with a good trousers. Hope you are doing that right. Yes, yes. Next, the mental preparation. What you have to do in your brain is about the knowledge of the company. What company you are attending for, what that company is all about. What? Trust me, when I got my first job, I had no clue what the company does. I had no idea. But still somehow went through the job. But those days the competition was different. Now the competition is different. Okay, your generation is too fast forward. Okay, that's a funny question. If you want a job, if you want them to have a good impression, then it's okay to have a trousers, man. You should have trousers. It's good. Okay. Next, you should have practice a mock interview. There are a lot of forums available there which says about what kind of interviews they are, how do they test the freshers. But you practice that in a mock interview and be ready for surprises when you enter the interview hall. You should be able to handle those surprises. Okay, but always try to get a mock interview with a friend or somebody whom you can talk to. Okay, I do a lot of mock interviews for my college juniors. Okay, when they get in touch with me. Now it's been a lot of generations have gone by, but I used to do them. Okay, next, written preparation. How to prepare? Okay, take extra resumes, and if you can find some references, please find one. Okay, just a second, guys. One second. So find one reference. All that these days, you should be able to open to us. Can you refer me in your company? You can ask that. Okay. First thing is you should, well, only if you ask will come to know the answer is yes or no. What if they say yes? You'll get one reference, right? One opportunity. Right? Agreed? All of you agree with this? I need something in the chat window, guys. Yes. Now, make notes whenever you guys prepare. Say you're preparing for a technical interview, okay? Look at the job description in case you are attending an interview for which is having a proper job description, okay? And see and try to make notes there, okay? And next thing is, what you have to do is, in case you know somebody was already attended the interview, ask them the questions, how it was, what was their experience, did they clear it, did they not, okay? uh, and and when somebody else asks you as well, share it with them. That is, sometimes you'll come to know where you missed it out. You can even take the feedback of the person whom you're sharing the information with, okay? All that here is constantly assess yourself where you're going wrong, okay? What will happen is, when that right opportunity hits you or comes towards you, you'll be able to grab it easily when you keep on constantly improving from interview to interview. Okay, trust me, guys, everybody can find a job. You know English, you don't know English, you have the right attitude, you can easily find the job. Maybe Santosh can find it today, Prakash might take a week later, Prabhu can take 2 weeks after that. You never know, but everybody can find the job. It's all about persistence. Being at the right place, right time is very important. That luck will give you. But once you go there, okay, whatever stuff you have, whatever your content is, only that can get you the job. Okay? Next part. Now, let's see what other preparations you can do. So, what you have to do is, you have to review your own skills, experiences, and qualities. Now, most of you guys want a job in IT company, right? Now you should know, in IT company, for which job you can apply. IT company has a lot of jobs, right? From the maintenance guy to a technical architect to a CEO, there are a lot of jobs. As a fresher, okay, other than Infosys, TCS, or XYZ, these top five companies, there are about another 1,000 companies which needs freshers, man. 1,000 companies. Okay. So what part of IT company can you try for? Or which kind of a job you can work on? Now that's where your CV will come for help. Okay. You should talk to people who are working in IT and try to understand. We'll talk about that. Probably we'll talk about that. Definitely I'll help you out there. What you have to do is, it's not about CV format, it's about what you put inside the CV. That you can only do that. I mean, you should know what you put, you should know about yourself. So, what I'm telling is, in IT, for ECE guys, they can work in the infrastructure services part. That is like about Windows Server 2012 or Windows Server 2016, or Azure Cloud. But for freshers, do you think they'll give a cloud initially? No, they will not. Where you can start is like L1 task, L2 task, and gradually move into L3. So L1, L2, I'm talking about level 1, level 2, level 3. Freshers, they start from level 1, from basics. Okay. This way, you are realistic. First thing is, you are realistic, that that you can only do this job starting with. Okay. The next thing is, you can find the job little bit faster, before once you come to know like what kind of jobs you can do. Okay. Now, being learning about VHDL, Verilog, microcontrollers and microprocessors, you can't go into a .NET there, because you have no idea how .NET works. Agreed, all of you? and the technology is what you have learned is about decade old already. I can't even say decade, it's about more than 20 years old, 2 decades old, whatever you learned in your engineering. Same programs have been used by, know, every syllabus, like every board. Okay. What is the current trend? What is the current market? Look into that as well. Okay. And having the knowledge of what's happening around you, what's happening in the society, also makes a difference in the interview. And how confident you can articulate or relate to that to your CV. Okay. So first check your CV, format your CV or resume in a proper way. Make sure your font is right. Okay. Make sure you articulate your experiences right. Showcase, put positive words inside your CV, like I'm a proactive approach, like I do work, okay, on time. I don't go, they ask you, will you give the work before time? And you should say no, I'll give it on time. Okay, if I finish it before time, I will try to improve with the leftover time. So in this way, you should talk positively, okay, and take a stand for yourself as well. Showcase that you are a no nonsense guy. That if you're hired, then if the company hires you, the company is lucky to get you. Okay, you should showcase that as well. Next, you should try to anticipate questions and identify relevant examples. So now they'll ask you, so what is the biggest hurdle you found while doing your project? How did you overcome that? So you can say that I did not get a specific microcontroller which was not available in India. I had to get it from China for so and so reasons. Then how did you do that? They say I had to try to website, then I had to get through. I went to the company, asked them for a sample. They were delighted enough to give me the sample when I explained to them my situation. This way you can talk to them by telling that the problems which you faced while creating your project. If at all you created your project on your own. Hope you guys did not buy your project, right? Okay, tell me how many of you guys bought your projects. Be truthful. Yes or no is fine. Who did not buy can put no, who bought can put yes. I'll tell you the solution for that also. Okay, those who bought. Okay. Hmm. So Saket, what happened is that the cognizant got to know that you run away from your responsibilities. That's the reason he would have rejected you. See guys, the reason we get projects is mostly because of the marks and things like that. Okay, frankly, when I did my project. Hey, Prakash, don't pick fights, okay? It's not like that. Uh, it's okay. It's good. It's good that he told. Yes, don't be fake. Don't be fake at all. Okay, guys, I'll tell you one thing. Um, I'll tell you Saket as well and Prakash. There is some certain reasons here. What we decide is you getting the project done is not only a thing in the in college. It's about the process where you approach the project. Because imagine you are not able to do a simple college project. They'll think that how will you be able to manage the project where money is involved, where crores and crores of rupees are involved. You make a simple mistake, a company can become a bankrupt if you get into a critical project. You understood Saket, so what was the reason behind this? But you should be able to you should trust me guys, you guys will be working in a very critical production environments. Okay, a lot of people talk little funny about IT. Okay, if some guy does something wrong, there is a company somewhere else which can become out of business in a single day. IT is such a big importance. Okay, not many people talk about it nor realize it, but it makes such a big difference. Okay, you'll be designing solutions for hospitals, you'll be designing solutions for big factories, for retail chain to conduct their business smoothly. Okay, so in this way, what I would suggest is that yes. So did they ask this question? Did he ask that question? Did you buy the project or yes? So now hold on to the thought. Uh, we will see how to tackle those questions in the few more slides as well. So there are a few things like here how to research the organization as well. It says about websites, reports, articles, and contacts with the knowledge of the organization. Somebody is already working there, contact them, try to see how it works inside. If you can get some details about interview process, please. Okay, personal visit, I'm not sure how many companies you can visit, but try. Okay, just to go and see the interview location one day before. You can take your bike and go see the interview location and come back as well. Okay, and yes, very important is job description. What kind of a job you are applying to, and you can tell the interviewer that you like the job description, you believe you can contribute in this job for that description in a certain way. Okay, and the current issues. Okay, you should know about what's happening in the current, and you should watch news, learn, see the current scenario, because sometimes some interviewers are so, what to say, sarcastic or so naive that they know that you will not be knowing any technology. At last they'll come to the current issues. At least you have current issues knowledge, they'll see, because technology industry is about consistent learning. Okay, every year or every 6 months you have to learn something new. Okay, so that way you should know about current issues as well, like what's happening in the world, what's happening in politics, what's happening in your state. Okay, how it is affecting your life, you should know that as well. Okay, so prepare your questions and practice. The preparing the questions is what questions which I gave you, the worksheet. Prepare that. There are a few other questions, I'll give you the answers for that as well, I'll discuss the answers for that as well. Okay, and send you that sheet so you can align your answers to what we discuss here. Okay, so don't worry, there will be one more set of document that will be coming to you as well. See guys, even very well the company knows that you are not a computer fellow, but you will be having a subject called operating system in electronics. I'm pretty sure I had a subject called operating system. Did all of you ever had a subject called operating system? Santosh says no. Why? What kind of easy? Oh my god. Is it elective? Operating systems or data structures? Seriously? You guys don't have knowledge about operating systems? Data structure it's of no use here and there. DS is there, digital system computer networks. Yeah, you'll learn about the models and things like that there. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. See, OS is elective. You should have selected OS. Yeah, I remember. It was elective for me. I took OS. Yes. They moved me to a different class later. Okay. I remember that. Yes. C language. Oh, guys, I'll trust you. If you open C language, it's a Pandora box. Unless and until you're little good at C language, don't tell C language in the interview. Okay, you'll get caught, and they can. If the guy other side is a programmer, he'll ask you all the syntaxes. Make sure you know the syntaxes. You know the models as well. Okay, so be careful there. Next, so there are few basic types of interviews. So we'll see the types of interviews: the basic, the traditional interview, the telephonic interview, the group interview, Okay, interview during a lunch, and the serial interview where there'll be a lot of people and you'll be going from one to the next. Okay, so basic traditional interview would be like you would be sitting in front of one person where he'll try to assess you. Telephonic interview is that you will be scheduled a call at so and so time through Skype, where they will assess you on over a phone call. This is weird, right? You'll be thinking, how can they assess me over a phone call, right? How can they do that? You'll be thinking, right? But trust me, there is a process for that as well. Okay, even a small pause, a full stop, okay, where what kind of a language you use, all those things will be assessed. Next, group interview, where 4 or 5 people together will be sitting. Okay, you guys also will be like 4 or 5 people together, and immediately they'll try say this guy is better, this guy is better, this guy is better. All that you have to do is be better than all those 5 or 6 in the group. I think that's easy, right? You come on, you have completed school, you have completed 11th and 12th, cracked some CAT or MSAT or a lot of other aptitude tests to get into engineering college, got an engineering seat, okay, gone through 48 subjects or whatever 40 plus subjects, okay, cleared your arrears. You have overcome war, man. All of you agree, right? Then you become engineer. It did not just come and fall into lap, right? Degree. All of you agree there? Put in the chat window. Then you guys are something, right? You guys are achieved something in life. So this positive thought should be there. Don't think that there are about 7-8 lakh people who have already done that. Everybody went through the process, but they've also achieved. From here, how to go is what you have to do. Use all your past experiences, feel good about yourself that you got yourself a degree. In US, okay, 70% of the people don't have degree. But how are they surviving? In India, everybody has a degree, some kind of a degree, right? Everybody goes to a professional college, right? So you guys have achieved, and your parents have helped you to achieve that as well. Okay, so it's a collective effort from your family as well, and your efforts where you get up early in the morning about 4 o'clock, or do not sleep, or pull an all-nighter study. When you can do that, interview is only 20 minutes. How difficult it is going to be for you to clear that, right? It's going to be easy, but all that you have to do is you have to streamline. Nobody taught you interview as a subject, so here I'm trying to do that. The next, so there are 5 stages for the interview process, guys. This is very, 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 very important. Please look and hear properly. First thing is the icebreakers. When you walk into the interview room, keep a smile on your face. Wear a smile. Okay, smile. Next, if it is a good morning, say good morning. If it is good afternoon, say good afternoon. If it is good evening, say good evening. Okay, and make sure you wash your face by nearby restroom or somewhere before you get into the interview hall. Look fresh. Okay, and if you find something, if you can pull out a small talk, say uh, thank you for the opportunity, you can say them. Okay, I'm glad to be here, please proceed with the interview. You can do the small talk. This will give an icebreaker. It will showcase your confidence. All of you guys are clear with what I said for the first 3 points? Santosh, yes, repeat. First thing is greeting. Tell if you have gone there in the morning, say good morning. If it is in the afternoon, say good afternoon. If you reach there at evening, say good evening. Okay. First things, greet them. If possible, give a shake hand. Shake hand should be like with full confidence. It should be a proper firm shake hand. Okay, not like you give your hand like some You should give a proper full shake hand. Your hand has to interlock with the interviewer's hand. Okay, that will say that you are a confident person. Next, the way you dress, the way you dress is very important. Okay, make sure you go with formal, so the color you like. Don't be very flashy. Wear a professional dress. Someday you go in front of some tech park, stand there and watch people how they're coming dressed to office. You'll get an idea. Next, next is small talk. Okay, say, okay, please proceed with the interview. Yes, can we start? Something like that. Okay, if there is an option, but it's okay to do that as well. Okay, next. So your personal qualifications, interest in position will be assessed. So that's going to be your abilities, skills, and your previous work experiences. If there is any accomplishments and activities, and most important thing, guys, your goals. Every company will always try to get a guy with goals, because first thing is they stay and they try to perform. Okay, so goals are very important. So know your goals very well. Next is we should know about the organization and the position. Okay, so employer may test the knowledge of the company. Okay, he'll try to see what do you know about the company, and if it is going to be for a specific set of departments, say HR department, or you're going to be for a VHDL Verilog designer, or if you're going to be for a infrastructure support or operating system maintenance, or or a server maintenance or mainframe. Okay, do you know if you know anything about it? He'll try to check that. So, and the next would be your geographic preferences, like you want to be in Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai. You should tell at this point of time is that I am from so and so place, okay, but I am flexible. If I would prefer to be near my hometown as naturally, but I am flexible. You should tell that you prefer to be near your place, but you're still flexible. So next thing is, are you willing to relocate? Without a second thought, you should say yes. There you give a pause, say bye bye to your job. Okay, next. The candidate questions. So you should ask about, what kind of job trainings you guys provide and what makes this company different from its competitors. Okay, in case if you're having too many job offers. Okay, the second question. Otherwise, you can ask for the first question. You can say, what type of job training do you provide? Okay, the next is the last point, and these steps you can use all your career. The next 30 years of your career, you can use this. Okay, so close and follow up. So find out who makes next move. Thanks the interviewer for their time. They'll also feel good, because trust me, interviewers would have interviewed lot of people. They would have already been tired. When you thank them, they will always a simple thank you will also make a difference. Okay, in a nice way. And after coming after coming out, okay, evaluate your performance. Just run through in your brain, what did you do, what wrong did you do. If you find that you did some mistake somewhere, think about it, and how to overcome that as well. Okay, and if it is like one-to-one interview, you know the person, you have their details, send a thank you note. Okay, through an email or through a message, that will do. Okay, so all of you understood the 5 processes as well: icebreaker, your personal qualification, interest in position, organization and position, candidate questions, what questions you can ask, and how to close and follow up. Got it? All of you got it? Yes. Next. This is very important. What's your body language? Okay. First impression is very, very, very helpful. So there's something called as halo effect or devil effect. Halo effect is positive, devil effect is negative. Okay, what is halo effect? So I can explain you in your college terms. In college, if you observe, for certain teachers, there'll be favorite students. Have you guys observed that? For certain teachers, there will be students they hate. So, and those teachers help the favorite students easily, right? Okay, that's called halo effect. You already have an impression about a person where you naturally want to help them. Whereas the the person the teacher hates might be a very good guy, but still he has a bad relationship with the teacher, and the teacher will not try to help them, or maybe he might not get a better internal marks, or his paper might be scrutinized little bit more, in a very stronger way. You can't say, right? So that way, there's a difference. So how you can create an halo effect is the way you talk to the interviewer, how positive vibrance in you have in you. Okay. Next, you should you should relax yourself. You should go there and talk talk to the interviewer in a very confident way. And the way you enter, you should knock the door and you enter. You should always wear a smile. The way you introduce yourself, the way you give a handshake. Okay, and make sure you guys make an eye contact when they are talking to you. Make sure you look at their eye and talk. Don't look here and there and talk. Okay, you should always look at their face and their eye and talk. And be aware of your own movements, especially your hand movements. Okay, and watch your language and body language with the interviewer. So I hope, I mean, have you guys made any of these mistakes, or you guys have done this properly? Can I see something in the chat window? Mm-hmm. I say only Santosh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next, there is something about, see, there's one more type of interview which is called the behavioral interviewing, which is very, very important. This is most of the companies have this interview. First thing is they'll tell about yourself, bring me up to date about with your CV. So they'll ask about your CV, and they'll ask you why did you use. Prabhu says he didn't do that. Okay. Sometimes they ask you why you chose the degree program, what experience you have had earlier related to IT, or what are the major achievements to date. So all these questions you should have in your fingertips. Answers for this question you should have in your fingertips. How many of you have answered these questions in your fingertips? Answer frankly here. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. Next, they might ask you about the job. What interests you about this job? What do you know about this organization? What are the options you're considering? Where do you see career developing in 5 years, guys? This is a common question. Make sure you have answer for this. How do you see your career developing in 5 years? Okay. If you're head of department, what would be your priorities? So that depends. When you're experienced, it will be helpful. As I said, general knowledge about government policies and your current whatever is happening. If your state is having an election, okay, and what are your political preferences? No, normally people will not ask that. So, okay, you can definitely deny if they ask your political preference. You say, sir, I would not be able to answer because that's very personal to me. You can tell that as well. Okay, they should not ask you these questions. There are some. So in normally interview they will not ask in corporate companies. So don't worry about it. The next few questions is, in your own words, define the word challenging. Tell about the most challenging course you have ever taken. So all these things, you can only answer the question if you have done something, right? If you've not done something, you've just gone to home in college and you've not done any extracurricular, how will you answer these questions? Now evaluate yourself at this point of time. What have you done with yourself? Okay. Tell me about the job or difficult course you picked up. Okay. Example of specific job condition or task or assignments you have done. Okay, all these questions, if you answer, you will come to know till now what have you done. Okay, from there you can pick up the pieces and know where to go as well. This is a very important thing. Okay, so where you are lacking, what are your lacking knowledge, picking up from there and going forward. Okay, the next questions would be, if you have what if no experience. Okay, how you are likely to respond. Okay, say they know that you don't have. um, Definitely I'll do that. I'll do that. um, Prabhu, I'll definitely answer those questions. So no experience, how? But I was doing a lot of things while I was in college. So for me, I don't know. I should ask my friends. Okay, I'll tell you what I did as well in college. So that will be helpful for you guys. No experience, how are you likely to respond to situation? Next, probing questions like how did you deal with the situation? How did you know it worked? How did you feel about the outcome? Could you have handled it differently? So guys, you guys need to think about all these questions. Okay, so imagine what is technical about all these questions? Nothing. All of you agree? Is there any technical in this question? Trust me, you. These are the very important questions where they, a lot of the high-paying jobs give you. If they are going to pay you about 5 or 6 lakh rupees or 3.5 or 2.5 lakh rupees, they'll ask you these questions. Good high-paying jobs are going to have these questions. How are you going to handle them? Okay, these are the questions you have to work on. You should put question to yourself and see where you can improve. Okay. So guys, remember, this technique is gonna help you everywhere. Okay. For every answer, if you can put this technique, trust me, you have the job in you have the lot of job offers. Not one, you can have 10 more. Okay. What is the star technique? So now say when they ask you about a question about a problem, you should say in which situation you got that problem. And what is the issue or what is the situation you faced. Next, the next thing what you have to do is you have to describe the tasks and the responsibility you took to help to solve that problem. Now say now say you faced a problem, uh, which say certain particular code was not working. Okay, so what task did you find or how did you find the solution for that code? Did you read any article? Yes, you did read an article. Then what article? How? Who told you about it? And what actions did you take? Did you copy or did you modify the particular code and put it inside the your program? Did you face any issues after putting it inside? Did it compile well? And how was the results? Were you able to do it? Okay. Okay. After doing it, what did you do? Where did that particular line of code help you? Or help the society or help your college? Is there anything that you did that could contribute to the growth of your college or to yourself? So in that way, okay, you can tell about your achievements, situation, task, action, result. So all of you remember situation, task, action, result. In what situation you got the problem, what task did you perform, okay, and what are the actions did you take while performing the task, and what are the results. Even if you're failed, you're failed. So guys, now all of you guys can only tell, most of the guys can tell about their projects, but most of you guys have bought the project. This is where you failed. Trust me, companies give project, okay, not only for marks. That particular project, they also know that you're not going to make something which is going to be like big, something which is going to be like outstanding. They just want you to know the process of creating something on your own, to build your confidence. Okay. But since in this marks oriented society or marks oriented curriculum that has become like, people are selling projects. So still you have a chance to go back, sit with your project book, and see how you could have done if you have actually done it on your own. Even that can be helpful. Saket, I completely agree. Anything, since most of you guys are having engineering degree, I'm talking about academics. It can be anything, but how you can articulate, how you can, put that in this format, okay, and convince the interviewer, that is up to you. Understood, Saket? Okay. Next is going to be competency-based interview. Most of these interviews, after behavioral, you will be having those technical that you see is about the competency-based interviews. So companies identify your skills and they design the questions in such a way that, you know to help you to, they ask questions in such a way that you have to prove your skills to them, okay, and your past behavior, okay, like what did you do when a certain issue happened, okay, how did you come over in success. So all those things they see, and here they see few very very important things. So teamwork. So if you worked in a project or some kind of a thing or some event organization, so see how a good fit or how you're a right fit for the team. So describe about project you worked on, what problems arose, how did you deal with them. Next is the communication skills. Describe situations when you had to persuade others to support your view. Describe the example of any reports you have written or any article you have published or any paper presentation you have done. Okay, guys, communication skill is very, very, very important. Please improve it. Please improve it. Okay, next is interpersonal skills. What kind of people do you find it difficult to work with? How do you handle those situations? Now, in college, you'll not like everybody. In a project, you'll not like everybody, but still you will work with them, right? So, how do you do that as well? So, you can put all these things in your resumes that you are good in teamwork, communication, interpersonal, and you can highlight this in your tell about yourself as well. And how good you are in taking responsibility, give certain examples for that as well. Describe a time when you took the responsibility to achieve challenging goal. Okay, okay, and problem solving, like how you can solve when a problem came, how use the star technique, okay, about, how you met the deadlines as well, what was the situation, what was the task you performed, what was the, actions you took, and what was the results. Okay, trust me guys, you can put all this in your tell me about yourself, you're hired. Okay, in a right way, and you should articulate that. Okay, next, preparing for the competency interview. For this, you need a skill, but I'll just tell you. Identify the skill or competencies required for the job. Review the job description, ask for information. Define each competency in behavioral terms. Okay, like how you can, how did you learn about the technology? Why are you interested in the technology? You can talk about that. Identify the past experiences when you faced any problems, how you overcame. Prepare the example for each competency. Practice talking about your experiences, what experiences you have had before, where you applied, and try to give a complete answer using STAR technique. Okay, STAR technique is is a key for interview. Next, let's see how you can prepare for telephonic interview. So prepare as thoroughly as for real interview. First thing is, even if you're face to face, not face to face, make sure you are preparing for the real interview. Okay, sit in a private, quiet place. Make sure nobody is disturbing you. Even if you're staying in room, make sure that your flatmates, that you're answering the phone. Make sure they don't disturb you. Have a copy of CV and the company information either in your laptop or hard copy, and always have a pen and a paper in hand. Okay, prepare usual interview questions. Next, practice on phone. So what you do is for telephone interview, you should try to, record your answers. Try standing. Okay, always stand and, attend, or you can sit somewhere and you can comfortably do that. Okay, and don't avoid don't, talk in monotones. You should not say yeah, okay, okay. You should be like, you should not, for no, you should not say nah, okay. You should tell complete thank you, yes, we can do that, sure, I'll be available. Don't use single monotones. Okay, and be yourself. Don't try to fake, or don't try to showcase to clients, showcase to the interviewers that something like, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, when they know you're a fresher. Their expectation is very minimum, so you have to just meet those expectations to get a job. Understood? All of you understood? Okay. Okay, so guys, so I think, let's take about, what's the time now? It's about 6:25. We have gone about 1.5 hours of session. Okay, uh, let's take about 10 minutes break and get back. Okay, and you guys sit and think about how this session is now and give me your feedback when you come. So we'll go and go into the more better stuff in the interviews. Okay, now time is 6:26. Come back at 6:36. Okay, all of you, see you at 6:36. Let's take a break. Stop calling me sir, call me Lawrence. The psychometric test, that would be like aptitude. It is mainly to measure your skills relevant to questions. You can use this website called indiabix.com. I think it's a pretty good site where you can learn. Okay, then your verbal comprehensions, your numerical reasoning, how you can interpret statistical data, which is very important. Okay, how good are you in logical text, or how can you write emails, can you write your own text, can you articulate your own thoughts? So all those things will be tested. Okay, and if you're able to, some dramatic reasoning, some kind of patterns, and will you be able to complete everything on time? They'll see the timing as well. Okay, the next is the personality questions, like, take a look at your personality style and what you're good at, what you're not good at. Okay, there's no right or wrong answer when they ask about personality questions, or if it is a text, they would say there are two dogs, one dog is unhealthy, one dog is healthy. Okay, and one dog is, okay, needs some immediate help. To which one do you help? So all these questions, they have their own psychometric reasons for that. Be spontaneous, don't second guess, don't think too much. Okay, give spontaneous answers. Okay, and they have their own built-in checks for that. You don't worry about it. Employer will be looking for, certain personality profiles only. So there you can't do anything. You can't fake it. So be yourself in the personality questionnaires. Understood, guys? All of you guys understood this? Yes or no? Now it's clear. What is clear for you, Santosh? Okay, okay, yeah, okay, nice, nice. Okay. So there are other types of interviews. Some can be rotating, like one-on-one with different interviewers. You'll be talking to different interviewers one-on-one. There will be group interviews where there'll be these group discussions, that is 6 to 8 candidates at once. So beware of group interaction. Always have an eye contact. Address the group. Okay, address the group. Try to, in case you can get their names, or if you can talk something or introspect or retrospect on something your peer has told, it'll also enable you, it'll also tell about your listening skills as well. Make sure you do that. Okay. Next, um, there can be panel type interview where there'll be 2 to 5 interviewers, as many as 13 can be maximum. Okay. Try to identify different roles. Okay, respond to the interviewer. What are each interviewer is, you can ask them that. Okay, respond to them. Include others through eye contact. You make sure you address everybody in the panel. Do not look at one person. Okay, and if you can, if in case if it is like as an interview which is predefined, where you're presenting something, or you have created something, or you've invented something, if you want to give a presentation, make sure you address everybody as well. Okay, through presentation. So you are seeing me, right, how I am addressing you guys through presentation. Pick some things from here as well. Got it, guys? So all this came through practice, you know. So it's achievable. Okay. So what employers will normally look for? They look for your communication, they look for your teamwork, are your leadership skills, will you take initiative, how will you handle customer, do you know about the commercial purpose, do you understand the business? Okay, what you should say in evidence is your presentations to class. If you have given any presentation class, you've taught any classes to your to audience, where you're a class rep, where you're working in a committee, or working in any kind of a project, or did you organize anything, have you designed website, have you done any business pages, so you can showcase all this. Okay. Okay, I'll put on hold. So we have gone to about more than 22 slides now. So guys, how are you feeling? I mean, are you guys feeling that you can crack, or still the same? How are you guys feeling? You're feeling confident? Am I, whatever I'm trying to say, are you guys understanding? Okay, okay. Yes. Next, how can you answer? That's very important. How can you answer all these questions? Listen carefully. In case you have a doubt, seek clarification. There is nothing wrong in seeking clarification. Okay? And illustrate your answers with real example and evidences. It can be simple thing. You have to do that. And be positive. Okay? When you're criticizing something, be positive. Okay, so for all those things, you need to talk to a lot of people, or you need to attend trainings for this, but still, okay, be positive, keep answers specific and to the point, or okay, take time to respond, don't blabber immediately, construct your answer in the right way, take about 10 or 15-second delay is good, take time to respond, be alert to interviewers' body language, to their facial expressions as well. Speak very clearly. Smile. Show enthuse. You should be like full enthuse. I need this job. I am the guy. Okay, you should be like that, but don't show overconfidence. Show your confidence, but don't show overconfidence. Okay? Know what you want to say and find the opportunity. Okay, all these things look very, very, vague, but I'll tell you guys, when you guys are practicing, when you guys are failing, you will remember every point of what I'm speaking, or every word will ring through you. Okay, what I'm trying to achieve here is to structure the way you attend interviews. You guys are all good, you guys have all these skills, but the way to put it forward is what I'm teaching you. Agreed? I'm not telling anything which you guys don't know or not heard of, but just making you guys, put it in a right way. Okay, or to know that you guys have the skill, go use it. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay, next. So what are the competencies that is required by the company? Okay, first thing is they'll see you're adaptable to the changing work situations. Are you loyal? Is your integrity proper? Are you innovative? Can you work with the team? Will you take the initiative if there is a problem? Or if you can take initiative of your ideas? Will you drive for the results? Okay, do you know the business of IT? Are you ready to exchange the knowledge you know? And how do you make difficult decisions? So you should know about all these things. And these words look very, stringy, a single word. But trust me, guys, if you can pull out all this, if you can become better at all this, you will be a corporate giant. You will be in very good, very, very, very good position in corporate. Okay, but it will take time to learn all this. But since you're a fresher, you can start right here, right now. Okay. Next, qualities what employers seek is like good all-round intelligence, your enthusiasm, your commitment to, and and in most of the slides you'll be seeing good communication skills, your teamwork and ability, your ability to solve problems, your capacity to work hard, hard work can you put in case of your help is required in a certain situation, and initiative and self-reliance, and balanced personality. Are you a balanced personality? Can you balance the work and your personal life as well? Okay, so those things also you should think about. Okay, next, tips for successful interviewing. Interviewing is a two-way process. Make sure that when he asks questions, you talk, and you can also ask question. Okay, Santosh, don't worry about that lack of communication. Trust me. If you let your inhibitions go, whatever you talk, make sure you watch a lot of this English series or the ones with the subtitles. Read newspapers. Trust me, I have known guys who have come from villages with only language mediums and they are shining in corporate. Okay, so don't worry about that. All that you need is opportunity. You'll get one. Keep trying. Okay. And never give yes or no answers. Listen very carefully and react. Use specific examples to make your case that you're using STAR technique. Okay, the interview begins the minute you step onto the company. Okay, and be positive. Always be positive. Okay, and guys, I'm not joking or I'm not trying to be like very motivational to you guys, but trust me, your language, your thing, don't think that is the reason for you not getting job. Trust me, that would be the last reason why you're not getting the job. So since you know your weakness, you have to work towards it. Only when you work towards your weakness, you might not be successful here, but you'll have a better opportunity in the future. Okay, so always, they say, right, failure is the stepping stone of success. That's a reality. Okay. um, I know guys who have come from all of these language mediums. Who I know a guy who had attended 37 interviews. And the 38th interview he got in was for Microsoft. He got in. He worked there for about 5 years and went to some other company. So imagine a guy who could attend 37 interviews and fail, and 30th interview is Microsoft. He's supposed to be my very good friend. Okay, whereas I got through in first few chances only because he was from a village. He had no idea. He was a topper, but still he could not get through the company. But whereas we were from urban, our language was good, our English was good. Okay, but he had a better job offer than any of them in the entire lot had. So it's all about persistence and consistent, and not losing faith in yourself. All of you guys understood what I'm trying to say? Put in the chat window. Yes. Now, what you should not do. I'm telling about what you should do, what you should do. Yes, it's the key. So if you can put a sentence like that, it says consistency and persistency. There's no called persistency. There's called persistence. Okay, and it's the key. So if you can put a sentence like this, obviously you can, okay, talk about the same in the interview with confidence. If you, I think you are the owner of that particular WhatsApp group, right? So I think you're the admin. If you have brains to create a WhatsApp group, then you have brains to create, clear the interview as well. Understood, Santosh? Yes. Yeah. Now, what creates a bad impression? And even Santosh, you can even tell that as a community approach, okay, for finding a job, that you created this, so many people found the job because of this community. You can do that as well. That is an initiative you have taken by creating a WhatsApp group. You can even tell that in your tell about yourself. That shows your leadership skill or ability to take your ownership. I don't know what those short forms mean, but yeah, just telling you. Okay. Yes. Next. So what creates a bad impression, guys? So you should make sure, don't go with full beard and things like that. Don't go with fancy beards. Make sure you have a very decent mustache. If you have a mustache, you have a mustache, and or you can have a go clean shave, have a proper haircut. Okay, when they ask questions, if you don't know, tell you don't know. Don't be evasive. Okay, they're not fools. People are not fools. You're sitting opposite end. They're very skilled people. Okay, and don't think that give me job, you give me. Or don't show a lack of interest. Make sure that you very much interested and be prepared, and be prepared for the role. Okay, poor knowledge on role is also a very big disadvantage. Okay, and failure to give concrete examples, that you should give a proper examples. Okay, to come out of it, to clear the interviews. Overemphasis on money and rewards is also very bad. Okay, and you should have a career plan. If you don't have a career plan, that is also bad. Understood? How do you guys have done any of these? Be frank and put it in the chat window. Have you guys done any of these? I mean, what about others? Only four people, only three of them are there. What about others? They left, is it? That's okay. They're missing out good parts. Okay. The next, what I say is, have you done any of these? Have you had a poor personal appearance? Yeah, see. So try to avoid this. Next is, you can ask questions. Okay, you can ask, what are your expectations of employees in your company? You can ask that. What are the strengths and weaknesses of your organization? You can ask that. Describe a typical day of job in this position. When you're experienced, you can ask this, not now. Okay. Avoid asking questions about salary and benefits unless and until it's an HR. Okay. Next. So your questions to the other few other things are next. What are the training programs? What are the career development opportunities? What are the projects and responsibilities you have? What is your reporting structure? What is performance appraisal? This you can ask when you go inside. Okay, since you're fresher, I don't think so. Unless and you're going to be an individual interviewer, or you've been hired to a special role, you can't ask a lot of these questions. Like if you've been like hired in mass, but if you're going to be hired individually, then you can ask all of these questions. Okay, and what's your next? What happens next once you clear the interview? You can ask that as well. Next, what of the other kind of, where the assessments happen, mostly in the company premises or neutral venue, or maybe in a hotel or somewhere, or it might be some kind of informal event where you're meeting in a restaurant to an interviewer, or meeting with recent graduates or managers. So activities include group exercises, practical task exercises, report writing, oral representation, psychometric assessments, and interview. And you should be able to simulate your real work environment as well, in case you've had a little bit of experience. This will be helpful when you guys get experienced. Then, How will the interview be rates? Is that you should rate yourself in this, that you're intelligent. How is your academic performance on questions? So rate 0 to 5. Okay, rate yourself 0 to 5 in a pen and a paper. Okay, next your responsibility. How rate yourself? How do you appear for the interview? And poise, you rate yourself. How are your interpersonal relations, your interest in team roles, you rate yourself. Okay, and integrity, are you inconsistent or non-inconsistent, you should rate yourself. Your self-confidence, your communication skills, your interest, your leadership potential, your interviewing skills, you should know about all these things and rate yourself, because on all these parameters an interviewer will rate you. Understood, guys? Okay, next, very 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 important question. Tell me about yourself. How, are you guys ready with tell me about yourself? How many of you guys are ready? Santosh. Hmm. Saket. This makes a very, very, very Saket is I'm confused every time. Saket always make sure you don't highlight your weaknesses in tell me about yourself. You should have all positive things about you. Okay, because they'll pick the questions from tell me about yourself and ask you. Okay, that's the main key. Interviewer will not remember everything, man. They will also be like, they would have come there with great difficulty, sat there to take interviews. Okay, they'll be bored. Okay, they'll be looking for some interesting candidates in tell me about yourself. Tell something interesting which takes you out or which makes you better than other candidates. Prepare, write about say about 15 to 20 sentences. Yes, it is always good to ask about your strength and make sure you know everything about it. Okay, so it's good to speak about that. Don't boast about it, but you can talk about it. Boasting is different and talking is different. Okay, so guys, I think we are in the end of the session. Okay, this is the end of the session. Okay, the next I'll tell you about like how to close the interview and so on. So this is the next slide is going to be purely voluntary. If you guys are interested, you can go ahead and do that. It's going to be like we take donations. Okay, if you guys are interested, you can give your donations. Otherwise, that's fine. Okay, we understand. This we will use this to help few other freshers as well. Okay, by taking classroom trainings as well. So yes, any of you guys are interested can pay anything you like or donate any amount you like. This slide will be there for next 2 minutes. Then we'll move to the next slide. Saket, I'll tell you, we'll discuss about elaborating the problems. So that's what you have to use star technique. Star technique is the key. You should see every problem has a situation. You should explain to them which situation you had the problem. Okay. The next after this, it is going to be uh, after this it's going to be like task which you performed to overcome the problem. Okay, and the actions in those tasks. Okay, and the results you achieved. So use this. Okay, now what do you put STAR in a paper and make sure that you write about the situations or the problems you have faced and divide it like this and by heart them. Okay, so you will come to know how to better elevate yourself. Okay, understood, Saket? Yes. Any other questions, guys? You have any other questions? No questions? How about Santosh? How about Saket? No, Saket. It is not good to speak in Hindi in between. You should always try to work on your English. You should work on your English. So Santosh, any other questions? You have any questions? I mean, you can talk to me about it now. You can answer that. Regarding projects, now go back to your project notebook and the report which you prepared. You sit and learn about your project now. Okay, then you showcase as if that you have done it. So in such a way, knowing about the project is also important. The integrals of the project, learn it. Okay, and while doing the project, you would have faced some hurdles. Imagine them. Are for freshers, especially for non-IT guys. So we have about 4 courses, and each of those courses cost about 9,999. If you're taking about 2 courses together, it's going to cost you about 14,999. If you want all of these courses, it'll cost you about 24,999. Where these what is required is to learn these technologies. You do not know any coding knowledge. These are current hot technologies in the market. Okay, and every IT company has this, so don't worry about it. And your resume will make a difference in the 7 lakh or 10 lakh plus engineering freshers. So if you want to become a job ready, you can register for any of these courses. Now to know about this, you can go to Naukri or Indeed or Monster.com. Okay, you can just put these wordings. You'll come to know like what is the value. The pay scale is about starting is about 2.5. It can go up to 6 or 7. That depends on the company to company and the project role you get. Okay, so if you any of you guys are interested, you can go for a demo class. Okay, then you can register yourself. Okay, guys. Okay, so you all that you have to do is you have to call or email your details that if you're interested to itexpertforyou at gmail.com. You can address it to Mr. Lawrence, that's me. Okay, then you can otherwise you can call this number for reference. Okay, it's going to be online class. You will be given the labs, so don't worry about it. Okay, uh, so labs will be there. So everything is practicals. Everything will have a lot of practicals. Okay, um, otherwise we can give you some practice or sessions in the web-based sessions as well. That is also possible. You can do that. Okay, and almost all the IT companies have any of these technology. Okay, make sure you guys use this opportunity because uh, to if there are that you have to do is be confident, sell yourself. You're selling yourself. Have fun and enjoy the interviewing process. It's okay to fail. Trust me, it's okay to fail. When in doubt that you're not good, try to take mock interviews. Meet your college friends, go to their home or you call them to your home. Take mock interviews, okay, to each other. Next, after the interview, what you have to do is you have to evaluate your performance. You have to send a thank you note within 24 hours. Make sure to do that. Keep records of important dates and details to follow up. In case you got an offer, make sure you follow up in the right way. Okay, so review own performance, what went well, what went badly, what you wished you had, you said. Prepare for next stage. Okay, the next is like final round assessment center, psychometric testing, panel interview. You guys have told about all this. So you can, even if you're rejected, please ask for feedback. Don't ever, try your level best to take feedback. Trust me, the feedback from an interviewer is a very, very important thing because he would have seen you in person and he would have noticed all the wrong things you have done, which you can correct immediately. Do that, please. Okay. Next. So interview closure. Know who makes the next move and when. Okay. Give a firm shake hand. Okay, and move out elegantly. Who knows, he might change his mind. So I got this through a friend. I mean, I liked it very much. So there is this Oleg Vishnupolsky, who was the global CTO. Look at what he said. He said he applied for a position, aced the interview, recruiter called and said I was the top contender. Then I got rejected. I later learned that they hired a relative of the CEO. I got much better job instead somewhere else. He got a better job than for the job he was hired for. So in case you're failing somewhere, you always have a better opportunity somewhere else. Think like that. Okay? You can be the best and still not selected. You do not get rejected, you get redirected. When they say, okay, you can leave for the day, okay, you just assume that you are being redirected to a better place. Agreed, all of you? Okay. When you don't get selected, it is their loss, not yours. So always have value for yourself. Your value does not diminish because someone else's inability to see your worth. Believe in yourself no matter how many rejections you get. All of you are happy with the session. We are done. So, guys, look at this. So, what is your greatest strength? So, out of these four answers, which one do you think you'll give? My strength is that I am really good at everything I try, leading teams, communicating with coworkers, and be productive. I don't really like to brag about myself. My strength is my ability to learn quickly. I am able to rapidly adapt to new situation. I enjoy the change of acquiring new skill. I believe my greatest strength is my ability to get through hard times. Recently, my family experienced the death of a loved one, and I was their rock. So, which one do you answer for the first question? What will be your ideal answer? Others? Mhm. So, what is your greatest weakness? Okay, so my weakness is that I don't know much about computers, have been fired from few jobs, but it was never my fault. My great weakness is that I'm not allowed to drive. So sometimes I may be to work late because I live about a mile away. I like to make sure the product of my work is perfect. So at my last job, I sometimes spend little more too much time checking it. However, I came to a good balance by setting up system to ensure everything is done correctly the first time. So what should be your ideal answer? Others? Okay. So you guys are answering right. How do you handle stress? Thankfully, I really don't get stressed out. I try to stay focused on my work. If I begin feel anxious, I take a short breaks, breathe, try to look at the problem from a different angle. I reduce stress by running and spending time with family. I found that I'm well prepared and I'm aware of what is expected of me. Stress isn't much of a factor. One time I blew up at the coworker. Ever since that, I make sure to remove myself from situation before I reach the level. I take a short walk to calm down. Mainly I keep to myself. I find that most stress comes from other people's expectations. Oh, Prakash, what is the answer? A is the wrong answer, man. It's B. It's B. Describe a difficult work situation or project and how you overcame it. So, so guys, you can read it and say which one. Even though it was hard on everyone when a coworker quit without notice, we were able to rearrange his workload to cover the position until the replacement was hired. I helped create a schedule that was fair for everyone so that majority of the work responsibility didn't fall to just one or two people. My boss and I had it out one day over weekend scheduling. I quit so I didn't have a deal with anymore. Nothing is really too difficult for me once I get to know the job. I was working on a team with a really whiny person. She didn't want to have any part of work. Since I was really invested in making the project success, I stepped it up and did share the work. So, which one will you be answer? Guys, which one would be the answer? Saket says B. Which one? The second one? Right now for this one. Prakash says A. Santosh says confused. Santosh, it's A. It's A is the right answer. Okay. So you should be able to, take your peers' workload and make sure you overcome the difficulties. How do we evaluate success? If I make my boss happy, I'm successful when I'm performing well, meeting my goals, and satisfied with my position. I like to know that my work is adding value to the company. If I don't hear any complaints, then I know I'm doing job well. No news is good news. Regardless of my goals, I feel more successful when I please my team. So, which is the right answer? Saket, how come you're answering everything well? Somebody leaked the question paper before, man. Mm-hmm. So, when you are leaving or have left your job, because my boss is a jerk, I'm looking to leave my current employment because they don't pay me enough money and I don't have any benefits. My former employer downsized the entire department I was working in. I'm currently looking for a new job that utilizes my skill in industry and offers me new challenges. I failed a drug test, so they let me go. Yes, answer is C. Good one, Saket. Good. So why do you want this job? My significant other works here. It would be great to have same vacation and be able to carpool. Mm, You guys pay more than my current job. I would like to work for XYZ Manufacturing because your company known for its quality products and excellent reputation. Also, I know a lot of people who are not happy with their jobs. I saw your employee testimonials on your website. It's great to see people so happy with where they work. You offer insurance and my family needs that. Which is the answer? C. Good. Why should we hire you? You have said that you are looking for a worker who is able to effectively get job done in a given amount of time. In my 2 years of experience, I have exhibited strong organization skills. I have twice awarded Employee of the Month for my work ethics and perfect attendance. I have done jobs like this before. I am really good at learning things quickly. I like to work. I really want to work in a company. Which one do you do? A. Others. B, C, D. Don't B, C, D. C. That depends on the situation you are. But I would go with A and C. You can combine them. What are your What are your goals for future? So I would like to get valuable experience here and then go back to school to continue my education. My goals for future include working at a company where I can learn, take an additional responsibility, and contribute as much as I can. In ABC manufacturing, what is a typical career path for someone with experience like mine? I really want to be a firefighter. I have been training to hope to take rest in May. My fiance and I are getting married this summer. We hope to buy a house and have a couple of kids in the next few years. I would like to own a welding shop of my own someday. Great, B is the right answer. Now tell me about yourself. So I lived in Texas for most of my life, but moved here with a friend last November. I have worked for about 3 years in sales, but I'm looking for a change. I have my OSHA 10 hour certificate. I'm trying to use my production tools. I have my CDL. I'm a quick learner, efficient at my last job. After 6 months of working on the floor, I was promoted to training new hires in my area, proper way to do our job. I'm 28 years old. I have an associate degree in rafting. I have two black labs. I go for hunting on weekends. I'm the member of the Methodist Church. Have 7 years of related manufacturing experience. Have four kids who are range in age from 1 year to 10 years. My spouse works in a high school. We live in 30 minutes of south of town. So which one do you say? Which one will you say here? Saket Prakash. A, B, C, D. I missed your chat. Okay, B. So guys, yes, this is all about. So hope you guys are confident. Okay, and hope you guys get back to me once you guys clear the interview. Will you? Will you? All of you guys, once you get a job, please get back to me so you can give your feedback. Okay, on my Facebook wall, if you on my Facebook wall, if you liked. Okay, send me a friend request. You can always give me your feedback. You or write to us about this session. A good or a feedback is always welcome. Okay, so that we can help a lot and lot of freshers. Okay, so guys, looking forward to interacting and looking forward to see that you guys grow up in your corporate ladder and careers. All the best, guys. We are always there for you. You just have to mail us. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Uh, See you guys. There'll be some more sessions. We'll be connecting on this interviews for freshers as well. So even if your peers want, your friends want, your cousins want, anybody who wants it, all that is they have to drop an email. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. All the best.